Welcome to another episode of Culture Shock. My name is Shawn Galloway, the president of ProAct Safety. Change management, a lot of people say, is 95% how you do it and 5% what you do. But to be effective in what you're going to do, if you're trying to help improve the culture, you're trying to change the culture, trying to change performance, one of the things we recommend is to identify the different types of people in your organization. Now, it's important just to identify them so you know how to address change by involving the people at the right level and at the right time. There's 5 different types of people. As you try to understand your culture, it would be helpful if you can integrate them and put them into these different classifications. The first type of people is what we often call the pioneers, the change agents. Malcolm Gladwell in his book Blink referred to them as Mavens. Now, sometimes you have to be careful about being a pioneer because they said that pioneers were the ones that got shot in the back with arrows in the Wild Wild West. But if you're trying to pioneer something, make sure you identify the people that appreciate change and like to be involved and also are liked and respected in the organization. Those are the pioneers, the Mavens. The second type of people are what we often call the yes people. Now, it doesn't mean that it's a derogatory term. It just means that if you approach them and you say, hey, will you help us with this change? They'll say, yeah, sure, we'll help you out. So the second type of people are yes people. The third type of people are crowd followers. These are the type of people that they just like to see some of the other change happen. They're not the early adopters. They're the people that once they start seeing it integrated, once they start seeing some results, then they'll say, oh yeah, I thought that was a good idea from the beginning. Now, the fourth type of people are what we call skeptics. Now, there's nothing wrong with being skeptical. It means you're thinking, and we like thinking people. Engineers sometimes are the skeptical ones. It's just because they really like to see true validated data on something before they feel comfortable coming on board. Now, the fifth type of people there are what we call cave people. That conjure up an image in your mind. CAVE sometimes is an acronym that stands for Citizens Against Virtually Everything. Even if you hand them a 20, they're going to be upset that you didn't give them 4 5s. They're not going to like anything even if it's good for them. Now, sometimes they're cave people because they've been burned so bad in the past by previous change initiatives. Now, a lot of people say, let's go out and target the cave people because if we can persuade them, we'll get everyone. Not so. Sometimes you'll actually create factions in the organization and they might not join your side there. So identify who the Mavens are. Get them involved in it. Go out and recruit some of the volunteers, the yes people, and try to get them involved. And as you start doing so, the crowd followers will start to come along. And if you target some early success, the skeptics might slowly start to join. Then you could target the cave people. Wrong. You can't change the cave people. That's why they're cave people. But try to use these strategies to identify who the different individuals are in your organization as you try to propagate some positive change. If you have any comments that you'd like to share, there are several options. You can post a comment on Canadian Occupational Safety's website. You can email me at info@proactsafety.com or visit my safety culture podcast and blog at www.safetycultureexcellence.com and share your ideas there. Thank you for everything that you do. See you next time.